Swisher Family Farm here. It's Justin. How y'all doing? Hey, another venture of using up what you have on your farm or on your homestead to make your homestead look good. Now I'm going to take you around and show you real quick, and then we'll get to the work part of it. All right. So as you all know, in a previous video, Amy will put that up top, we used to have a garden back here, and now that is going to become a surprised area for everybody to see. Now, we were wondering what would we do, and we explained on that video that it was only temporary what we did. So this used to be our garden right here. All this used to be our garden. It's gone. We got rid of it. We took it out. You're probably all saying, why would you do all that work? Because it was only temporary. It was just to get us through for the summer, so we could do the exact garden that we always wanted to do, which is what will be another series coming up, is going to be custom. Now, our bigger garden is going to be over here. It's going to be all along that, from right where the fire pit's at, all the way across, all the way down, all the way up to here. So you're going to get to see all of that being built. Now we're custom doing the 4x4s with saw from our buddy Wes down the way. He's going to cut our 4x4s for us. We're going to use all hardwood oak for the 4x4s. Pressure treated really just isn't pressure treated anymore. A little tidbit: if you take that 4x4 and you go and get yourself some roof sealant or something and paint the bottom of it and put it in the ground and then pour cement down, it'll never rot. It'll last you forever. So they used to do in the old days, but they use creosote, and I'm not using, or not creosote, but use this stuff for telephone poles. I'm not using that. So anyway, so let's get back to the project. So today's project is making the homestead look good. I call it winter landscaping. Winter landscaping. So let's get into it. All right. So all of these landscaping timbers used to be the uprights for our garden. Now I've put them in down there. Now behind that, right where I'm pointing my finger at right there, I'm going to give you guys a little tip that really will work for you if you have a shed or an open area underneath your mobile home or whatever. But we're going to run that all the way down there, all the way down to the end. Now, what you need to remember is when you're doing these, you're going to have to drill a hole down through them and take a piece of rebar with a sledgehammer and put the rebar in the ground. That way it won't wiggle back and forth and it'll stay solid. Right now, all I have the money for is to get it laid out, so I know what I'm going to do. I can count how many pieces of rebar I'm going to need. I'm going to count what kind of galvanized nails I'm going to need to put around there. This is all going to be a flower bed all the way across our homestead. It's going to look beautiful when we're done. So we're going to finish up down here. We're going to go all the way down to this end, and we're going to stop. I have to keep the back of our tiny home free and empty, so we need to do any repairs, we can do some repairs, which is right down here. I haven't painted that yet. That's a project coming up sometime. I'll get to it when I get to it. But right now, I'm going to do our flower beds. You see how it all looks now. And you guys will get to see this spring on what it looks like with all of our beautiful flowers planted in there. Now, for the tip of the day. So, as you all know, this is wide open underneath, and if you seal it up, it leaves some warmth, but you got to put vents in it so air can get underneath there. I don't have a problem with that. That's fine. So, what I'm going to do to all-purpose it is I'm going to use the same roofing that I used for the tiny home and for our pump house. Look, that stuff is like $1.50 a foot. So I'm gonna buy 4 or 5 sheets, and I'll buy a blade. It costs about $60 for the blade, and I'll cut all the sheets and we'll screw them up around the bottom of the landscaping timbers on the other side, on the tiny home side. We'll put screws in there, the same ones I use for the roof. The plus about this whole situation is listen to this. If we ever need to get in there to get to anything, we just pull the screws off and we got full access. it'll work. Trust me, it'll work. I've thought this through quite a bit, and I think we got a good plan in store. So you get to see the flowers being planted there in the spring. That's why you got to stay tuned to our channel. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, hang around. We got a lot going on. We've got a lot of videos going to be coming up, but I wanted to give you guys a little insight on what we're doing here, what's going on, and hey, let's get to work. I got some stuff I got to get done. Now, we actually have been doing some work. This area right here and right here on the porch was all open. We enclosed that and put a set of stairs over here. So now it's a completely sealed in porch. We are going to screen our porch in so we can be in there and not have to worry about mosquitoes and bugs. It gave us so much more room by doing that. The way that they initially did the layout was completely bonkers to me. I don't know why they did that. It was stupid looking. Looked like everything was rushed. So I went with all leftover stuff I had and made this. All that's pressure treated 2x4s that I cut in half. The runners that I put in there was a piece of siding that I had left over from doing the pump house. I cut those down into strips and I matched it up pretty damn close to what they had there. So, you know, why not? Well, let's get to work and get these landscaping timbers down. Alright guys, so I've cleaned up all the leaves that were in there and I've laid down all my runs of how I'm going to put it together. Now all I need to do is get my rebar, my drill bit, some really heavy duty nails to nail it together and rebar it in, and it'll be done. Now don't forget, we're going to put that same stuff's on the roof. We're going to cut slide on the bottom. You get to see me do that. That'll look really good. It also will be removable, so you don't have to worry about it there. I got this side of the house done. Now we're going to head over to the other side of the house, and I'm going to get the other side of the house laid out too. I have to get my rebar, I have to get my penny nails, and I got to start cutting and forming and putting things together. So you got to see the basic layout of what I'm envisioning to be my beds around our tiny home, which is going to be our guest house because our house will probably be going over there. So at that point, I'd just like to say thanks a lot, guys, for taking the time to watch us. I really appreciate you. Amy really appreciates you. If you could, tell your friends about us, family, have them start watching us and checking us out. Ooh, it's a windy day today, man. Now they're not sure if we're going to get snow or not. I hope so. I'd like to have snow on Christmas. I think that would be nice. So at that point, guys, I'm going to let you go. This is Swisher Family Homestead. Y'all take it easy. Have a good one. God bless you all. Don't forget, hit the subscribe, the like button. And remember, we moved out of here from the city and have done all this. Go watch some of our previous videos. Check them out. I'll see you guys later. Until next time.